Hey guys, LC Fifa here, and welcome to this 94 rated Team of the Season Marco Verratti player review. I was fortunate to pack this guy in one of the FUT Champs playoffs packs, and I thought I'll give him a try before selling him on. Anyway, as you can see on screen, this is the team I started him in. We've got ter Stegen in goal, Capdevia, Lacroix, Medina and James in defence, Martinelli, Thuram, Verratti and Saka in midfield, with Mbappe and Sanchez in attack. Verratti's 5'5", he's got medium attacking and high defensive work rates, he's right-footed, and has a 4-star skill moves and a 5-star weak foot. He can play in CDM, centre mid and cam. And then looking at his stats, he's got 98 acceleration, 99 attack positioning, 98 vision, 91 crossing, 99 short passing, 98 long passing, 95 curve, 98 agility, 99 balance, ball control, dribbling and composure, 95 reactions and interceptions, 87 defensive awareness, 91 stand tackle, 94 slide tackle, 89 jumping, and then finally 99 stamina and 99 aggression. I'm just going to use him with basic for now, but if I do change it, I'll mention it in the video. So he will get the boost you can see on screen. And then moving on to his traits, he's got injury prone, flair, and outside the foot shot. So I've got 5 games of FUT Champs left to play, so this is game number 1. He has got a full League One team, so he's clearly going for those objectives. Then we've got Fabio Beattie on the wing. Put that back inside. Sanchez, I've red timed it. That's poor from me. He's got it this time though. It's a good ball. Thuram, he's through. And it's straight at the goalkeeper. That was a poor finish, but a great pass through from Verratti. Again, it's another good pass through from Verratti, but we just can't put the ball in the back of the net. And we do finish that one off though. Not complaining though, we've gone 1-0 up. And it's a well-worked goal in the end. Martinelli there to finish it off. And he's paused it and he's probably going to be out of here now. And he is. This is game number 2 now. And I've accidentally skipped his starting lineup. Good tackle. Right, it was coming, weren't it? I just need to do better than that. Oh, it's flicked onto the wrong player, and that's it. Second goal. Oh, come on, finish that off. Oh, I've given away a penalty. Oh, come on. At least it's not a red card. Right, yeah. 3-0 down now. This is not good. Yeah, I just can't do anything against this guy. His RB dribbling is just too good. He's gridding on me as well. Come on, right. Can we finesse it? We get one back in off the post. Right, yeah. So another one. What? This is what I mean. What are you doing? Just so stupid to give that away. Right, we get another one back. 6-2. No, somebody has to be covering that off. Somebody has to be picking him up. Game number 3 now, and this is more like it. This is the sort of team we want to play against.
for the defenders. Alexis Sanchez. Oh, surely. And denied by the keeper.
Okay then, a little tap in, make it 1-0.
Alexis Sanchez. Wonderfully weighted pass.
We clip that in. Sanchez on the follow-up. That makes it 2-0. On Verratti, good tackle. And we're going to be through here. Mbappe, he's through and he's scored. And that all came from the tackle from Verratti. And he might be quitting here. And he is.
A fine day for football. I'm delighted to be able to report. My name is Derek Ray.
Okay, he's got to Stegen. He's playing a 5 at the back. It looks like he has a few icons, but I've accidentally skipped it once again. What a pass, that's all I can say. Good pass back. Not really too sure what you can do against that. It was all the way back to the edge of the box. Oh, how is R9 only hitting the keeper from there? Seriously.
Oh, he's given the ball away. Trying to really get at the opposition here. It must go in.
How is he centre back wide open? He's centre back.
In the center. Not to be advised giving the ball away there.
Oh, he saved it. Of course he has. Of course he has.
I think the threat has been averted. Eusebio. And a fine tackle.
Can Verratti create something here? Plays the ball through. R9's hit in. He scored finally, and that's an assist for Verratti as well. It's so poor.
Well, this game is almost in the history books.
Should be through here. Right, we've scored 3-2. I guess we have 5 minutes to score another. Right, this is going to be the last game. And he's got 91 Edison, Marquinhos and Kimpembe. He's got red Griezmann, red Martinelli, Timothy and Kane and Saka. Oh, yes, Verratti's floored him. We've hit it from range, but it's an easy save for Edison in the end. I just don't want to turn around. Oh, he's done me. Yeah. Oh, and off the post. And Sanchez has somehow pulled up injured, but we make it 1-1. Right, and that's 2-1. We've turned him. We've hit it. It's blocked. It's a good pass out. Can we get a cross in? Back post to Mbappe. No. Is that not a foul? Right, okay. Oh, yeah. Static. Right, okay. He's moved his keeper and he's made it 3-2. Yes, Verratti well in. It's a good ball. Saka's turned him. He's through. He scored. That's it. It's game over. I did play an offside trap then, but I thought I did it with way more than enough time for it to actually come off, and it just didn't, basically. Right, that's it. That's game. We lose the last one. I did try to get Verratti a little bit more involved in that. Okay then, so what are my final thoughts on this 94 team of the season Verratti? Well, we'll start off with his pace, and you can tell he's got that 98 acceleration stat. From a standing position, he is very quick to get up to his top speed, which can be quite useful in the midfield, as often for a sort of defensive minded player, you're often doing those sort of quick, short sprints rather than the longer distance runs. So having this 98 acceleration does help him quite a lot to get around the field and make those interceptions. However, you can feel that 83 sprint speed when it does come to longer distance sprints. If players do start to get the edge on him, he just can't catch them, which doesn't happen too often, but there will be the odd occasion, like, say, for a counter attack from a corner. Next up, we've got his attack positioning, which at 99, you probably get a bit more out of it if you played him in a more box to box or attacking centre midfield position. For me, he was playing a more defensive role, so I didn't really get a chance to use that. But of course, with it being 99, it is going to be pretty good. However, the rest of his shooting stats aren't too great. Especially at this point in the year, there's plenty of centre midfielders now with mid 80s, if not high 80s shooting, that are just as good defensively as this card. Moving on to his passing, and I have to say, this is probably one of the standout areas for me. The combination of his vision, short passing, and long passing stats, and I suppose his curve as well, just means that he can play those passes that not all midfielders can make, which does improve your overall possession, and it also helps you build up an attack without his passes getting intercepted and you turning over the ball. Another thing I noticed as well is that some passes that you'd think would get intercepted somehow managed to reach my attackers, and I know for a fact if I'd taken those same passes with a lower rated passing player, it would have been intercepted. So yeah, overall, he is one of the best passes I've used so far this year. His 91 crossing, I have to say I didn't get too much chance to use, but I'm sure at 91 and in combination with his 95 curve, it's going to be pretty good. Next up is his dribbling at 99, which as you'd expect looking at the stats, it was really good. With him being on the smaller side and having 98 agility and 99 balance, it does make him very easy to move with both on and off the ball. This is great in the midfield if you're playing in tight spaces, and also when you're off the ball and you're trying to defend, it means you can get around the pitch pretty quickly to try and intercept passes or cut off passing lanes. His 99 balance also does help out his strength a little bit, as it just means if he's under pressure, he can hold players off a little bit more for someone with such a low rated strength stat. Next up is 95 reactions, which again for most team of the season players, you'd want it in the high 90s at this point in the year, as it just means he reacts probably close to everybody else in terms of reaction times now on the pitch for changes in ball direction. Both his ball control and dribbling were really good for me, and he never gave the ball away for me either from a bad first touch or from a heavy touch whilst moving in possession. His 99 composure also helps this, as it just means if he's under pressure, he doesn't take a bad touch or a heavy touch. This also helps his shooting and passing too, as it just means if he is under pressure, he doesn't lose power or accuracy when trying to shoot or pass the ball off. Next up is his defending stats, and his 95 interceptions, I have to say I did notice, especially in combination with his 87 defensive awareness. He does like to put himself in the correct position to cut off passing lanes and man mark some players, to give himself the best chance at intercepting the ball and turning over possession back to your team. I wouldn't say he's got the most defensive presence I've felt amongst other midfielders. That might also be to do with his height and overall build type. I'd still say someone like Vieira seemed to stand out a little bit more against me than this card does. However, you can field them in game and they are nice stats to have. His stand tackle and slide tackle are also pretty important, especially as a defensive minded midfielder. He is good at putting a foot in to take the ball away and isn't completely reliant on his strength and aggression to bully the player off the ball instead. His slide challenges are also pretty good, but you do also have to consider his height into this, as with him being slightly smaller, he just doesn't have the reach of some other taller players when it comes to slide tackling, which can make it easier to foul the player rather than taking the ball away. Next up is his jumping at 89. It is kind of important that he has a stat this high, as it does allow him to win some balls in the air. However, I have to say against most players, he doesn't manage to win much. But it's not often really you get any sort of lofted passes through the midfield where he'd have to go and win the header anyway. So as long as you don't find him in the box trying to mark people, this isn't too much of an issue. His 99 stamina is great, and it just means he can run pretty much all game long and you don't have to worry about subbing him off. This is going to be really important if you do want to use him as a box-to-box player, as it just allows you to get the most out of this card over the full 90 minutes and extra time if required. I have sort of touched on his strength, and although he does have 99 aggression, which does help going into challenges, he does get a little bit bullied off some players in the midfield, especially if they're on the bigger side. His 4-star skill moves is nice to have though, as it just means you can do some of the more advanced skill moves in the game to create space in the midfield. And then his 5-star weak foot is very useful, as it just means you can pass and shoot the ball on either foot, and it doesn't suffer from accuracy or power issues with it being on his left foot compared to his right. So overall, I'm going to give this card an 8.8 out of 10. He reminded me quite a lot of using Philip Lahm, and depending on price, that might be a cheaper alternative if you aren't too bothered about the links and you just want somebody in midfield that sort of plays like this Verratti does. I do think you need to play him alongside somebody that's slightly bigger, like I've played him with Thuram, and that partnership was pretty good, as Verratti's more there for the faster, agile players, and Thuram deals with the bigger midfielders and the bigger attackers. I don't think he's worth the 420k though, so I probably will be selling him on to get some coins back. And I know a comparison that people might make is either this card versus Team of the Season Modric, and in my opinion, I personally did prefer Modric, which I wasn't really expecting, as I think for the position I was playing him in, Verratti's more suited stat-wise than that Modric card. But for me, Modric just plays slightly better than this card does. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please have a like and don't forget to subscribe. And to request any future content, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to reply.